Hey everybody, it's Ian from Ferrum, back with another part of our Ferrum interview series. I'm extremely excited to have Dan Jensen here of Revolve Games, a project that we've been incubating for a long time, and that we're about to open up the private sale round for. We thought it was a perfect opportunity for the Ferrum community to get to know Dan, have a little walkthrough of the product, the awesome product they've been building. So with that, welcome Dan. It's great to have you here, and hope you can just quickly introduce yourself for everybody.
So I'm Dan. I'm part of the team at Revolve Games. So I'm one of the co-founders, along with James and Fauzi. I guess I'll just share a bit about the project Revolve Games, kind of what we're doing. So we're building a play-to-earn gaming ecosystem where players performance. So we could break down the fundamentals, the core fundamentals, into two core aspects. The first being RPG stake tethered NFT assets. So essentially by tethering staking contracts of RPG, which is our native token, to NFT assets, we're essentially containing quite a large amount of the value of the NFT-verse within the native token. Like something we found in a lot of other blockchain gaming projects is kind of like the value shift, kind of the value within the ecosystem was shifted quite a lot towards the NFT-verse, but not really reflected within the native token. So by tethering the two together, essentially we're closing this value rift somewhat. More important to this actually is as the player base grows in the platform, in the metaverse, more RPG tokens are locked in the staking contracts, and what that translates into is reduced circulating supply and increased token value. So yeah, that's the first aspect, and then the second aspect is the performance-based staking rewards. So all of these staking contracts that are tethered to an NFT asset, the staking rewards for each of these are dependent on performance. So when it comes to like a character or a vehicle, for example, the staking rewards depend on essentially the level that you've reached with that character. Higher the level, the higher the staking rewards. With game builder asset packs, which essentially are something which you would stake to generate a game builder asset pack, which is like a game theme of your choice, in which the end user is able to customize or build on their land and monetize. With these asset packs, with these tethered assets, in the staking contract, the rewards are based on volume that the game gets, as well as like community response. So how many upvotes it gets essentially. So these are kind of the same mechanics, but it's slightly different, with characters and the game builder asset packs.
That's awesome. I think you've identified a major problem that a lot of token projects that also have an NFT or NFT ecosystem face, which is how do you reconcile and sort of tie the value of those two things together. And I'm not sure a lot of projects have really tackled that problem head on, but you guys did. I mean, this was, the project's obviously evolved since we started working with you many months ago. But the theme of the staked tethered NFTs has not changed. And,
well, we did actually go through a few different models along the way. So we had the first time we spoke, the first time I contacted you, we actually had a kind of a complex NFT shard system, and it was just getting more and more complex, and it was kind of just like unusable at that point. I mean, the gas fees would have been astronomical. So we just said, hey, why don't we just tether NFTs to staking contracts, and then the staking awards for those tethered staking contracts, they can be performance based, right? So and that works perfectly because what the staking contract is tethered to is a character or a vehicle or a teleportation, or something which is used within the game. So it's the performance of that particular asset in the game. The rewards are reflected in that for the end user. So yeah, it's something. I think it's something very unique that we're doing. Yeah, and we're still working on it.
Yeah, no, it's extremely unique, and I think it could end up being a paradigm shift for a lot of these metaverse type projects that have NFTs, have a token. Yeah. Connecting the value of all those things is not always an easy
right.
Oh, but you guys tackle that head on really from day one. That was like your thing. And I think it just goes to show that like the team is thinking about all the right things when it comes to utility and value creation. And you guys have been at this for a long time. I got to commend you for going one step at a time here. I know it's been a long road.
It's been a while.
You're finally near the TGE, which is great. But because you guys did everything one step at a time, going slowly, bringing on the right investors, the right KOLs, the right support, taking your time to build the product, bringing on the Dutch game studios, which is one of the premier video game producers, I think, probably in Europe. You're doing, by taking your time and doing it the right way, I think it's finally being reflected in the buzz in the community, the excitement around the project, the expectations are high, for better or worse. But you guys have done everything right, so I just want to commend you there.
Yeah, thank you.
So the main purpose of today, aside from the opportunity for everyone to get to know Dan. Dan's a great guy. I highly encourage everyone to get to know him, and I think he's really one of the main driving forces behind the project, and I have full confidence in Dan and his team. But aside from that, we want to see the product a little bit.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
If you don't mind sharing your screen.
That's
and
the fun part. Let's do it.
Some of it.
Okay.
Keep in mind, we all know it's not complete, right? This is still it's not complete. It'll probably be improved by the time it launches. And this is sort of a sneak peek.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So phase one is essentially connecting liquidity staking with gaming via the leaderboard, rewarding the reward for scoring in the top 3 tiers. So we have basically three tiers: top 15%, top 30%, top 50%. And if you score in one of these top 3 tiers, you unlock a staking multiplier, which lasts for 7 days. So the staking, the reward update is counter is shown here. It's going to show your active staking multiplier, current APY, and this is connected. The leaderboard is connected with Apin, which is our first single player game. Now it's not the metaverse by any means. Essentially, it's like a proof of concept, something we wanted to go to market with. It took us like only a month to actually make this game, and I'm actually really happy with it. I think it's a great little game, but it's not the multiverse, but it's something to watch with. So so it's called Apin, so that's pretty cool.
I love the name.
Yeah, it's good.
Name.
All right, so it's like a first to the draw type game, right? Oh, I almost lost it. I should be much better at this game, I think.
This looks pretty addictive.
So it gets faster. It gets a lot faster as it goes, and it gets harder to. I think our community manager Marek, I think he scored like 250,000 or something. So he's a veteran. He's a lot better than me.
It's okay. You've been busy building a company.
You get the point on that. Okay, so that's Apin. That's essentially that's phase one. That wraps up phase one. Kind of phase two is the cool part, I think. Now I was talking before about the staking contract tethered NFT assets. So this is from a UX UI flow perspective. This is how they're generated. You come to the generate assets page, and you choose from your asset type, so like a character, vehicle, Stargate, and a game builder pack. Just word of warning, it's this is still under production, so it's not finished yet. So like, there's nothing here, but we're working on it, and this should be finished around about the time of the launch, maybe 2 weeks after. Okay, so you select the amount. So if you want to do a character, stake and generate, and then you get the pop-up. You can change the name immediately. And it's going to give you like the basic info of the character and the traits. So the traits are randomized, but according to a staking weight formula. So the larger the stake, the better the chance you are of acquiring like a more rare trait, such as like gold skin or whatever, or some freaky goggles. So, and then after this, you have the option to either accept or reroll. Essentially, a reroll is just 1% cheaper than if you were to unstake and then restake. But so it's a 2% fee rather than a 3% fee. And this 2% comes back to Revolve Games as revenue for development.
Very cool.
You'd accept it and then come to your inventory. At the top, it's going to show you, this is just a placeholder, so this will be different. It's going to be more than 35%, especially if you're grinding out, it's going to be a lot more. We're redesigning the level system right now, by the way, as well. So we really want to focus on really make it play to earn, like seriously play to earn, so that those that are actually grinding it out and playing hardcore are going to make real money. They can, for those people that want to make a living on our platform, that's what we're designing our level system to cater to kind of those players that are really going to use our platform. So it's pretty important to us. So anyway, it shows the just the summary here, how much you're staking, and then you can claim your RPG here. And then at the bottom, you've got the assets categorized, asset type like vehicles, game builder, asset packs, Stargates, and later on we'll also be developing a pet economy as part of the kind of like the overarching RPG narrative or story of Revolve Games, and pets is part of that, like the central part of that. So that will be there as well. But for now, we have characters. So it's going to show you all your characters. I actually still need to design the UI I'm working on the UI for this individual characters. So you'd click into your character, and it's going to give you the full character view, and you'll be able to from there like send it to the marketplace or enter it into the metaverse for gaming. But it's going to show you the basic stats here, like level, RPG stake, amount, APY, etc. And you can, this needs to be fixed because it's not allowing us to select it very well. It does sometimes, but yeah, we're still working on it. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you can do a bulk unstake. So you choose the ones you want to unstake, and then come down here and select unstake selected. Okay, so this is phase 2. This is what we're working on now. But there's something else, a little surprise, which we're also working on at the moment. We kind of thought that, I guess I'll stop sharing now. Yeah, so the first multiplayer game, 3D multiplayer game with the 3D rendered characters is not going to come out until December this year. So that's quite some time. So we're developing like a mini game, like a card game type game, similar to like Axie, similar to what is it? That Heart. It's a Blizzard game, Blizzard card game. Sorry, but we're essentially building a small, fairly simple card game with an RNG element to it as well. That we will be able to, as a medium, to deliver the gaming mechanics that I've just shown you, and the token utility in a like fairly reasonable time frame. So we're looking at October for having that mini game. So what that means is that users, revolvers, are not going to have to wait until December to start using their generated assets. So they, once we have that mini game ready, they'll be able to enter their characters into the mini game and start to build up their levels and increase their staking multipliers. So yeah, so that's cool. That's a cool piece of news. Yeah,
that's great. Well, the demo looks awesome. I got to hand it to you guys. The work you've been putting in over the last many months has really shown through. Again, what I love is that you've really tied the utility of the token to the game itself and created additional incentives to basically stake more tokens. You stake more tokens, your character can become more rare, more unique, more valuable, and then also your APY is higher too. So
and if you want to earn more money, if you want to earn actually more in the play to earn economy, then you'd want to actually have a larger stake, right? So essentially, in the metaverse, all of that, we call it actionable assets. So like anything that's needed, required to play the game, right? Except for like game builder packs. I mean, you don't need that to travel around, but yeah. But more or less, it's for like things that are assets that are needed to play the game. I mean, obviously you need a character. It's space, so obviously you need a vehicle, unless you want to like just do like this or something.
You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. So the more butts we have on seats is, the more locked tokens, the more players on board. The circulating supply is going to continue to decrease, and the demand for the token will continue to go up. So it's quite cool. I think it also mitigates. It gives some padding to the bear market as well, in my opinion. If people are still playing the game in the bear market, the utility still exists. I think it gives some degree of protection. Of course, the bear market is brutal and spares nobody. But so that's part of the concept.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, projects that have genuine utility, meaning a product people want to use, which requires the token, are far more bear market proof than projects that have no utility. I mean, I guess it's not a statement, but maybe it's overlooked by a lot of people. But it's really critical to note here I believe that is the case. Although, like you said, bear market spares nobody, so there would obviously be, it's going to be an impact on the value of the token temporarily. Yeah. But if you have a core group of revolvers, by the way, I love that.
Yeah, that's good.
who are still playing the game, are still active in the community, active playing the game, have their assets, have their tokens staked. You're gonna be able to create a price floor that should be able to survive, and you'll be able to survive a bear market. So that's a really good point to make, actually.
Yeah, and I think like these projects, these crypto projects that kind of overlap into another industry, they do seem to do better. Like it's something I noticed with the blockchain game project. If you could look back at the 2018 crash, like for example, Decentraland. It didn't really crash. It just kind of went sideways like this, and then went up a bit and down. So it was an anomaly. It might be the time that it launched. It just didn't really have its time to reach that peak, so it doesn't have that relevant fall because it didn't reach its potential peak that it could have. But I do believe that they're having really solid token utility does add some form of protection during the bear market. It's not just pure crypto,
Absolutely. Another thing I noticed too, just in lurking around your Telegram chat and social media channels, there seems to be a genuine excitement from the community members to actually play the game. People really want to play this game. It's not just about let's speculate and let's act as investors. These are genuine. I think a lot of these people are have genuine interest in the game itself, and probably will have more interest after they see this and get to dive into the game a little bit more themselves. So I think it's really smart that you're putting out sort of a V1. I know you have the Apen proof of concept, but you're coming out with like a V1 that's going to utilize the stake tethered assets in a more maybe not in the full metaverse, but in a more limited fashion. But I think that's very clever. Yeah. It's a smart move for you guys because let's assume the TGE is a month or so away or whatever it is. Not too long after that, you're going to have genuine utility and usage of these NFT assets. So I think the strategy there is very sound.
Yeah, and I think that is it's a really great idea with the mini game, and that's on you guys. That was Ivan's idea. So that's my testimonial for FAS. They've been good. They've been good to us. They've helped us a lot along the way, and given us some really good ideas, solid ideas.
Appreciate that. Shout out to Ivan.
Shout out to Ivan.
He's on the incubation advisory team at Ferrum.
He's the man.
He's no shortage of great ideas. So
glad to hear it's been very useful. Yeah, I appreciate it. It's been so useful to us. I mean, just passing along your wealth of knowledge in the industry. It's been a real gem for us. So thanks for that.
Appreciate that, and likewise, it's been awesome to work with you guys. Looking forward to continuing to build this amazing product and metaverse and community and ecosystem that you've been building for the past. I mean, you've been at this for you were already doing this well before you and I met. So how long?
We were just working on the concept, getting it back on the ground. Before me and you met.
Yeah, so Dan is all in, folks. Dan is all in.
Yeah, I'm all in.
Really passionate about this project.
And the whole team. I mean, the whole team is super passionate. Me and James and Fauzi, the core team, and everyone involved is super passionate. And I think we've got with the gaming studio, like we essentially acquired Dutch Game Studio, and like they're focused only on the metaverse, on building Revolve with us, and we're all equally passionate. And I think that speaks volumes, and it's really important. So we've got a vision of how we want it to be. I think you can probably see just with the kind of the characters, or what little bit has kind of leaked out already. But so we're looking at not just the fundamental innovative fundamentals, but also making a really, really cool game. I mean, we're aiming for AAA quality. And a cool intergalactic space travel game. You can't roll on it. So,
well, I can't wait to play it. I want to thank you for your time, Dan. If anybody has any questions or anything, where can they find you and Revolve? Like, where should they go?
Yeah, if you have any questions, just come into the Revolve Games Telegram chat and ask away. I'll be there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. Can't wait to get this out to the communities. Remember, the snapshot to participate in the Revolve Games pre-sale through Ferrum is going to be held. You got to get your Ferrum X into the Unifier wallet by Friday morning. I think it is of this week. So only Tuesday now. This will come out on Wednesday. A couple more days, and then looking forward to participating in that. And playing the game and just growing this thing with you. So thanks for your time.
And thank you for everything. Thanks for having me on this show. Really appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right. Cool.
Thanks again.
Take care, Ian. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.